I grew up in Burlington, and I'm an only child.
There's my class down there.
I'm in grade 12. I'm 17. I'm just finishing up. I'm going to school next year. I'm going to university, so that'll be cool. I wasn't a shy kid. Like, I was a bit outgoing. But I also, like, I would be afraid to do, like, the bad stuff that normal kids would do. Like, I was a bit timid in that aspect, but, like, I was still outgoing. I still, like, had a lot of friends and stuff. Hey guys, you can come on in. This is the kitchen. Yeah, my mom's a good cook. I'm not. I can't cook anything. Up until about, like, I would say I was 5, I would go to Sunday school, like, ever so often with my parents, and then we just stopped going. Here's a picture of me and my family when I was probably like 5 or 6. I didn't, like, excuse the idea of God. It's just, like, it wasn't really a part of me, and, like, I just, like, didn't have that relationship. So that was my upbringing, really. In grade 9, my parents started going to church. Like, they went to the meeting house Oakville, and they took me a couple of times, but I wouldn't really go into the service at all. I would hang out outside or play on the iPad. So we'll go down to the basement. This is where I pretty much live. My room's down here too. The meeting house Oakville launching the Burlington site, they needed a place for youth, and then my parents decided that we can use the basement. This is a bit of my basement, my ping pong table. It's where I unleash defeat on my dad a lot. My lazy boy chair. Been mine forever. I didn't have to go to church, but I had, like, it was in my house, so I sort of really had to go to youth on Tuesday nights. No, this is my bedroom. Those are my golf clubs. This TV doesn't work anymore. It's just there. Here's a picture of my parents. It's a very bad picture. First met here, there's 4 of us. At first, it was really weird for me, because, like, I just, like, these people.
Who was this random lady in your basement?
Yeah. These kids. Yeah. These kids, they knew, like, all about, like, these stories. I had no clue. I wasn't weirded out by the Bible thing, but it was just, like, it was new for sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
That was amazing.
One thing that stuck out to me, you said, we're gonna hang out, eat food, and just, like, be friends and stuff like that. And, like, that was the one thing that I was like, okay, this could be normal. And then what happened was there was the spring retreat. Being in that, like, setting with, like, I don't know how many youth there were, but, like, a lot of people just, like, crying and, like, holding each other, and, like, it was nothing I ever experienced before. It was that moment when I knew, like, okay, like, he's real, like, there's someone out there who loves me, and, like, that was the moment where it was like, okay, like, I believe in God, like, there's a reason why youth is in my basement, like, there's a reason why this is all panned out to, like, happen, like, made tons of friends, and, like, I can have this relationship and still be a teen. Like, I can still, like, I don't have to be religious and, like, tied down to all these things and stuff. That was, like, grade 9, and then, like, grade 10 I went through this rebellious phase. I went drinking with my friends one night, and then, like, we got caught through, like, stupid Facebook messages, like, our parents saw. Like, just dumb kids. So the retreat was based off of the return of the Prodigal Son, and, like, how he went out and spent all of his, like, inheritance on, like, stupid stuff, and then he came back and he was, like, forgiven immediately. Like, his father had this unconditional love for his son. So after those, like, 2 months of rebellious, like, my parents, like, forgave me. Like, they didn't ground me or anything like that. They just, like, just loved on me and stuff like that, and, like, they knew that I knew deep inside that what I did was not right, and, like, I didn't like what I did. That started, like, giving me thoughts about the retreat again of, like what's unconditional love and what's, like, forgiveness, and, like, my parents, like, they put it in, like, to practice. Like, they showed me, like, exactly what unconditional love was, and then after that I knew it was like, yeah, you know what, like, God, this is what, like I love you, I'm sorry. And it's just, like, it took, like, one small, like, mistake to, like, really put me on, like, a good path, and, like, that was, like, my return of, like, Scott again. I also got a tattoo of, like, the day.
The return, 04, 16, 11. Is that, like, a big deal? Or kids like, what is that?
And they're like, Scott, you got a tattoo? They're like, whoa. being in community with like church friends regularly, but like that's been keeping me going. Like my small group, like at Oakville, like they're grade 12 boys, like there are so many rock solid dudes in there, and like my small group leaders, like they just keep me like accountable, and they've always been there for me. Like having a relationship with God is just so easy when you put yourself with like great, strong Christian dudes and stuff like that, and you just like, they're your friends, you can be as comfortable as you want with them. Especially for being like a grade 12 guy, like a lot of risks that come with like going to university and stuff like that, and like I know that I'm gonna face like temptations to sort of like leave God. Some of the best times I've had at youth has just been like being normal teens at youth and just like still having like the connection with God and still being able to just like, hey, yeah, okay, let's just pray and stuff like that. And like it's just so evident how like in my life how much God loves me, and like how much like how easily you can be saved and how easily your life can be changed for like the greater good.